He's the tallest man on the radio, so sit right back and enjoy the show. Flying through the air like a ballistic missile. Here's your host, Ben Kissel.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Welcome to the Ben Kissel channel. I'm Ben Kissel, and my voice is coming back ever so slowly. I'm joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hello, and he's taking my voice away with him.
It's like the Little Mermaid, but if the Little Mermaid had a big vagina.
Big. Wow.
No?
Yours.
All right. Kyle Ploof is with us as well.
We're starting off strong here. We're back.
Strong. I've missed this place.
Yep. Check out the Death and Entertainment podcast. Kyle and I had a chance to interview Joe Exotic, and my God, the reviews are in, and people are mad.
Are they upset?
Yeah, they're
Why?
very upset. I don't know.
I was told by one of our avid listeners that it was a softball interview.
I was asking the tough question.
Because I agreed with him about a lot of stuff that's gone on in his life. That doesn't make it softball. That means I was being true to myself. And I don't follow the herd and just think what everybody else thinks, okay?
Yeah.
That's right. The herd is for turds, my friend. It's a bunch of crap.
Don't be a sheeple.
Yep.
No, absolutely not. I had a good time in, where was I? Ljubljana.
That's how you say it?
Ljubljana, that's how you say it.
There's way too many letters in that word.
Slovenia.
I was a diplomat, and I was speaking to a bunch of diplomats.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed. It was pretty exciting. Okay. Well, no one cares, right? Let's get to a story that people care about. Murder. Especially
Yes.
a mom murders their child. It makes national news. And perhaps the most famous of all mother killers, although acquitted, Casey Anothy.
Ah, yes.
Casey Anothy, she's a 6. I'm going to do the number thing, which it's base, but I'll do the number thing.
Okay.
She's a Florida 6, but as far as people who kill their children, she's a 10.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's kind of like...
For someone who kills their 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting her to look... I didn't think she was going to have all the toes and everything.
It's weird. It's usually the guy murderers that are good looking. We finally got a good looking murderer woman.
Yep.
Well, Wade Wilson has been getting a lot of proposals while he's on death row because he's a good-looking guy, even with those stupid tattoos.
He is not a good-looking guy. Deadpool killer.
A lot of women think he's a very attractive man.
They do know he's not Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
They know that he's not actually Deadpool.
Yeah.
I bet some of them do think it's Ryan Reynolds.
There was a great documentary on people who get married in prison and people who love prisoners.
Oh my God, I want to see that.
Well, because you get to sniff around the danger, and you say, well, he'd never do that to me. I'm
Right.
Rebecca from fucking Trent Town.
From HR.
Yeah, from HR, and I live, and I'm a big bitch, and he's never going to do that to me.
Basically, I'm immune to crime.
Right. But so they want to be around the danger, but they also
Yeah.
know, he's in cuffs. He can't really hurt me. Caged heat.
Yeah.
They say
Then
that.
they find out that he's getting released on good behavior, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Never mind. Divorce.
Whoopsie.
Scientifically, they say that women are more prone to go after killers like that because instinctually and in their DNA, they need a strong man and they're capable of killing. So they're like, oh, that's going to be my protector.
Well, you know what I think is strong? Not killing.
Yeah.
I think it takes a stronger man not to murder.
Especially a
Apparently.
baby.
Especially a baby.
Yeah.
Casey Anothy. So what can't she do? She is now dating a father of 2. Apparently.
Wait a minute.
That's a bad stepmom walking in the door.
That doesn't sound like a great idea.
I'd be like, you're who now?
Yeah, right.
No? I don't know, because if you're this dad, you're like, finally, these kids are going to start behaving.
Ah.
We got Mama Anthony coming to town.
I told you guys to stop fucking around. You didn't listen. And now I'm dating Casey Anothy.
To make the story even more bizarre, the man was married for 20 years, saw Casey Anthony, that marriage dissolved, done with,
Wow.
because
Really?
he fell in love with the top mom killer.
Wow.
So, Anthony, she's 38, she's dating Tyson Ray Rhodes, which sounds like he should be a killer.
Yeah, he sounds insane.
Right. So he's 48, and apparently they met through the gym where they both worked out at in South Florida. So they were just, the pheromones were flying. She was pumping iron and practicing her baby punches. And how do you kill a baby? You got to be strong to kill a baby like that. Because, they say baby grip.
Yeah, it is very strong. Yeah.
Right.
Once they hold on to your hair, you're not getting that hair back.
That hair is theirs now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally.
So they met at the gym, sniffing butts. Like
Where exactly in South Florida? I'm inclined to ask.
probably fucking Jacksonville.
Well, she's
Jacksonville
some
isn't
shit
in the south of Florida.
she's from Orlando.
Whoa. Okay, Orlando.
Yeah, that
Jackson-
counts as South Florida.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
It does.
that they say that
hate
everything
all
from Orlando down counts as South Florida.
That's absolutely insane. Okay,
How do you know everything
fine.
about Florida all of a sudden? Why are you defending the dick
I
state?
lived in Florida for a shameful amount of time.
Dominican and Miami, baby.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they met at the gym and they soon began talking to each other. Anthony, of course, she was not convicted of killing Kaylee, but Rhodes has 2 sons, but they're both young adults. So they made it through. So,
Yeah.
Casey's going to kill you under 5. But
Right,
after
right.
5, she says, "Oh, I didn't get to you. Damn it. Now you get to grow up and become an adult."
Hate when that happens.
And they're boys as well.
Yeah.
So they were spotted at a luxury apartment complex, and Rhodes, cool guy, carrying a set of golf clubs.
Oh,
So there you go. So
Very
he's
cool.
he's a golfer, and then they went inside and they were dressed up, and then they got into his Dodge pickup truck, and they went to Crunch Gym.
Well,
nice.
hopefully he doesn't want to have any more kids.
Well,
Oh, I think it's done. I don't think you procreate anymore with Casey Anthony. She's.
Yeah.
I guess she could still 38. You could still do it. I guess.
oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It is considered a geriatric pregnancy after like 32, I believe.
yeah. Isn't that weird?
It's kind of rude.
It is
Yeah.
it is pretty rude.
Yeah.
Geriatric is what I call all of the things that I do when I get drunk.
Ah, I like it.
Just get into a bunch of geriatrics.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I gave a little interview with K-Rock yesterday while I was watching my sports ball.
Nice.
Were you?
Yeah, so that was good. I talked about the Packers, and I talked about them losing to the 49ers and how angry I was with the 49ers. And then I took a picture with the guy's dog.
He had a dog?
Yeah, and I took a picture with it, so that's probably up there somewhere.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Right
really
on.
nothing. So a pal of Casey Anthony, they told the New York Post she doesn't care if he's married or not. Which checks out.
Yeah,
of course.
that makes sense. We all know her moral line is kind of all over the place.
Yep, and we can show a picture here of the family. So this guy's wife, she's actually quite attractive.
Oh,
She's a nice gal. They were married for 20 years. We can show that picture to people on Instagram.
Oh man, the boys are still kids though. They're still like middle school, high school.
Oh, I'm looking at them. They got a couple. They're sprouting.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are 13-year-olds. They're taller than the mom. Once you get taller than your mom,
yeah.
you've officially come into the world's worst time of life, which is called puberty.
yeah.
I would be extra freaked out, extra pissed.
I mean, children, we're getting a divorce. I met someone new. Oh, who could it be? Whoa. You know that really infamous child killer? Welcome, Casey. Come on
She
in.
should be
Yeah.
stepmother for hire. That should be like a business.
Yeah.
Stepmother
She-
for hire.
Instead of an OnlyFans, she just shows up to people's like, you're gonna fucking start paying attention now.
You know they do like
true.
they call like lawyers like ambulance chasers.
Yeah.
Every therapist is just get ready for these 2 kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
definitely.
They're gonna make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a whole thing.
It was
Then
so-
my dad fucked Casey Anthony. Wait, what was that part about Casey Anthony? I think the trauma started when my dad divorced my mom and started fucking Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
I used to tour through Orlando every year
Ooh, wow, what a humble brag.
doing stand up. And I remember one of the local comics there was like, "You want to come do my podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." So me and my buddy went, spent like 2 hours doing this radio show, talking about God knows what. Then after, we're like just hanging out, smoking cigars in the driveway. And he's like, "You want to see where Casey Anthony lived?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Every
and
day,
he just
dude.
goes, "Right there." We're directly across the street. I was like, "We've been here for 2 hours. You didn't even fucking mention that one time."
He could have stopped it. He didn't do shit.
Exactly.
That's wild.
And this was when she was still on trial. This is like 2010. So she wasn't even acquitted yet.
Wow.
And she was acquitted because the dumb fuck cops checked her wrong search engine. They checked Safari, not Firefox.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because literally they like checked and they're like, oh yeah, there's very little evidence here. There was some stupid search that they blamed on the mother, but her Firefox account literally was like, I hate my fucking kid. How do I kill it? It was like
Wow.
it was like,
shit.
so you kill your kid. What do? You put a sticker on her lips because that's what she did.
It's really insane how often people Google search how to commit the crime they're going to commit.
So specific.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking weird. And then they don't think that everyone's just going to clean out your laptop or check all your text messages.
But it is kind of creepy to know that that's a possibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to know that every single like Pornhub search you've ever had was
Yeah.
just like there. And then they're just like, no butthole is safe when Ben's around. My God.
No matter how private the tab is.
Right. So the friend says, this is his business. All she knows is that he makes her feel good, and she likes that. She likes to be made feeling good.
Well, yeah, because she's alive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unlike her child.
And free.
Right.
She's free.
And now, how old would Kaylee be? So Kaylee died at 2. What was that was that like 2010? I think Kaylee would be like high school now.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, man, that's so sad.
But you know,
2008, she passed away.
2008.
Wow.
She was about to turn 3.
Oh, little baby girl.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? She made a lot of people a lot of fucking money. Nancy Grace, every day. Casey Anothy alert, every day.
Yeah.
The true crime media, they loved that fucking story.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
It was all over the place.
It was
She was constantly on trial. Her face on trial was everywhere.
Yeah, and then she got the boobs and everything. It was nuts.
Face and her boobs were on trial.
The boobs, that's probably what got her acquitted.
Yeah, and then
With tits like this, you think I'd kill my fucking kid?
and glasses.
Come on.
That's just hot librarian shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Killer 10. So the friend goes on to say she was willing to follow him all the way to Tennessee. She sees a future with him. So now she's in Tennessee. So watch out.
Wow.
Oh no.
No kids are safe. She says,
Nope.
I asked her about it. And she was like, I was like, Casey, he's a married guy. And she just laughed and said, oh, shut up. I'm living the life I want.
Clearly,
Yeah.
that's
so
been
she's-
her motto from day one.
I guess so. You know, you can't say she didn't do it. When she dies, she's going to be like, I did everything I ever wanted to do.
Yeah. Committed murder.
Blamed it on my dad.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Got super famous.
Yep.
Don't know if, can she make, yeah, she's acquitted. So she could
Yeah.
write a book, make money off of it.
Oh, for sure.
She
Yeah.
can write
Everything
one
she
of
wants.
those. I didn't do it, but if I did, here's how I would have done it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson Chronicles.
There's
Yep.
maybe just like a children's book about behave or else.
Yep.
You fuck, I'll kill you, you fucks.
Yeah, a pop-up book of just a knife comes out.
Right. What did she end? It was the poison there, right?
Probably. I think,
She
yeah,
suffocated the
suffocation,
baby.
and yeah, they were bound
Oh.
with duct tape and stuff.
Horrible. Oh my
I would
god.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah. I'm seeing
Wouldn't
this
want
here.
to date that kind of person. Who would want to date?
Well, this
What is going on with
I'm te-
Dad?
Men are more forgiving.
The
Yeah.
Spice
no
Girls
shit.
say, every boy and every girl, spice up your life. So
is one way to
probably
do it.
trying to spice up his life.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
This is one way
Words
to do it.
to live by, apparently.
Yeah.
So apparently Rhodes, he's no dummy. He's an engineer. He works for aerospace. He's like a smart dude.
Maybe he's trying to shoot her off into space.
Where she
Get her
could-
out of here.
Maybe where she could go kill
He's
a
doing
bunch.
an inside job.
She colonizes Mars.
Well, I think they want breeders up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
she-
You can't just go up there and have babies to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he and his wife Sandy, that's the name of his current wife. They moved to South Florida to the at the beginning of the year, and then Rhodes dropped the bombshell that he wanted a divorce. So this move from Tennessee, that's really what did it all.
Wow.
And then
So
as soon
he's
as
going to
he-
move back to Tennessee?
I think they're going to go back to Tennessee.
Wow. He's going to drop the mom off in South Florida. What
Yeah.
a terrible
Yep.
thing to do.
They say the family was, quote, blindsided. They're like, didn't see that coming,
Yeah.
which I do, again, completely agree with.
Yeah. I wouldn't see that coming either.
Nope, never. Like, maybe a divorce, but usually, they don't marry a murderer. And then his wife visited the family in Florida, and then Anthony swooped into Tennessee to be. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So he filed for divorce, went back to Tennessee. The mom went to Florida to hang out with her family because she's like, my husband's he's crazy. And then
Yeah.
Casey went to go visit him in Tennessee.
Huh.
2 ships passing in the night.
Yes. I am seeing an update here.
whoa.
Breaking.
Breaking news. We have a U.S. exclusive. Casey Anthony's married lover caught trying to hook up with other women after notorious tot mom moved to Tennessee for him.
Well, now I don't think this guy can be trusted at all.
Hey!
Maybe they are perfect for each other.
There are multiple women coming off the dating app Hinge saying that he tried to hook up with them days after the post revealed that infamous kid killer, Casey Anthony, had been having an affair with him.
Midlife crisis, perhaps. 48. Well, he's going to live a long life anyway. So the two were seen dining before this. We'll have to get to more of that information.
Yeah.
They were seen dining. They were holding hands. They were kissing. And one onlooker said he touched her butt.
Ooh.
So that's
one onlooker said he wants to be an onlicker.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Yes, he does. So then they say she got up to order a drink, and then they noticed people were staring. He said to her, "Bring that innocent ass over here."
What?
That's what he said.
No way.
That's what they say he said. He said, "Bring that innocent ass over here."
That's okay. They absolutely know this is going on. Then they're like orchestrating this.
That's like their role playing kink.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna pretend you're innocent.
I mean,
babe, I love when you call me that. Do it again.
bring that innocent ass over here. Yeah, bring that not killing your baby boob over here right now. So I don't know. She's currently working. I don't know if you know this, but Casey Anthony is currently working as a private investigator.
Ooh.
So they moved.
What?
They moved into an apartment down the street from Rhodes, and then his truck was repeatedly been spotted parking next to her Mini Cooper. So she's got a Mini Cooper.
Wow.
And he's got a truck, and they're parked together in more ways than one.
Wow.
Yes. According to a family member, Rhodes said that Anthony, quote, has an intoxicating aura. Intoxicating aura.
His pheromones are always drunk, so you can just smell it.
Yeah, well, she's been drinking. She's a South Florida gal.
Yeah.
They like their cocktails. They like to take it seriously. They like to shake that butt on the dance floor.
Yep, they sure do.
Yeah, you don't kill your kid to go to church more. You do it so you can party and have fun.
Very true.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was 15 years ago. Wow.
Crazy.
I can't believe it was 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Feel old yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
I base all my feelings of old based on baby killers. You know?
Yeah, solid form of measurement.
Yep. It took 6 months for them to find Kaylee's remains.
Oh.
And also, she was driving around. I did a whole series on this with some former boys, and they said that it was a squirrel that was caught in the engine.
Oh, that's what made the smell.
Yeah, but it was the rotten baby.
Yeah.
Bad.
Which lets you know how long she was holding on to it too.
Oh yeah, it was just a lot.
Oh my god.
I had a couple of snacks in my car, and I was just having a lot of anxiety over.
Yeah.
You know, but then she had a whole dead baby in the trunk.
It's brutal.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm seeing that story now that you brought up. So yeah, this Tyson Ray Rhodes, yeah, he was using Hinge. So he's cheating on her already.
That's great.
Yeah, the New York Post is all over this. This is where the New York Post is like the creme de la creme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is like classic 1990s New York Times when it had credibility. Mm-hmm. So they reviewed multiple screenshots of conversations between women and Rhodes. One conversation said about Anthony, did you know you're in the New York Post for dating Casey Anthony? So a woman on Hinge already heard that Rhodes was dating Anthony.
Wow.
And she was like, you're in the New York Post for dating Casey Anthony.
And he was like, wait, what?
And then Rhodes says, yep.
Oh, he was like, no, yeah.
This guy's not even like a great looking dude.
Can I see?
I mean,
I thought this was actually a beard, but that's just, he has no jaw, and that's his neck shadow.
Oh, yeah, he kind of looks like...
Shit, I did think that was a beard.
I thought it was Chad Daniels for a second.
Yeah, well, comedian.
Yeah.
I know Chad, nice guy. He kind of looks like Freddy Krueger, but if he didn't molest all those kids and get burnt by the village.
Yeah, I could totally see that. He has no chin whatsoever. Wow.
Zero. This is him. His wife kind of looks like Casey Anthony.
His wife is very beautiful.
She's attractive. Yeah, she's
seriously.
much more attractive than Casey, I would say.
What is happening?
He just wants to prove to anyone that he doesn't need a chin to get with all these women.
There's so many fucking single men out there who are just... Well, that's where you got to get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Walk around. Go somewhere.
Yeah.
You're not going to find love in your basement. You're
Nope.
never going to meet Casey Anthony and her sweaty ass.
He does look like
that's
Robert
so
Englund's
weird.
brother.
He really does.
That's crazy.
So the chick who was like, oh, you're in the New York Post for dating Casey Anthony, she declined to go on a date because of the backstory. She was like, it was all drama.
Yeah, that makes sense. Drama. Let's call it that.
So he's still married. And so this is what one person said. So he's still married and he's dating Casey Anthony on the side and he's still in the dating apps. I'm just a no. I'm not just a no. I'm a hell no.
Yeah.
When it comes to dating this guy.
Good call. Weird that you matched to begin with. Let's reflect on ourselves for a second there.
Jeez.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Anthony followed him to Tennessee, renting a luxury apartment near his family home, which
Weird.
is so fucking horrifying.
Yeah, that's pretty disrespectful and
Yeah.
just blatant in the face of the family.
Kind of boundaries are being broken.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you got these kids who are just trying to maybe make it in high school.
Yep.
So this is gonna, well, to be honest with you, this might make them cool. You could probably flip this as a kid.
Well, yeah, because the kids are teens. You could tell they're taller than both the parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the kids are
yeah.
the kids are like 13, 14.
Well,
You know.
they're going to get made fun of, I think, by boys in a playful way, and they'll probably be really cool. But then girls are not going to want to go anywhere near them. They're going to be like, oh, your dad's a player. Why would I trust you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's in the family history.
Yeah.
Casey
Like
might try to
diabetes.
bang these two kids.
Well, I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ruin families.
You can bring the gal out of South Florida, but the South Florida stays in the gal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, she's in a luxury apartment. There you go. They were seen together at that apartment this past Wednesday. And then again, they went to the gym.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
She's the friend also said she wants to see where it goes. Just wants to see where it goes.
she was
So-
like, I was never tied down to him. That's fine. Be on
fine.
Hinge.
I mean, they're not.
I wasn't even really tied down to that kid I had some time ago. What happened to her?
Yeah, I don't. I just simply don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well, speaking of controversy, let's go on because you guys care about this story, and I don't know that much about it. So Chester Bennington, R.I.P.
Rest
He
in
committed
power.
suicide. Don't do
heartbreaking
it.
day.
Well, I was very, very depressed these past few years, but you know what? Getting out of it.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
get out of it. And Chester Bennington left a big hole in the world when he passed, didn't he?
He really did.
But now that hole or that void is being filled by a new lead singer for Linkin Park, and people are fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
New
So-
lead singer for Linkin Park.
Yes, so it's this gal. Her name, what is her name? Emily?
Ashley, I believe.
Something like so
Emily or Ashley? Wow. Very
Emily,
close.
so it's
Oh, Emily Armstrong, sorry.
Emily Armstrong.
Emily Armstrong.
She was given the lead singer role by Mike Shinoda.
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 You really don't listen to Linkin Park, huh?
No, I don't listen to I don't listen to whiny music.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's not
Okay.
true. I listen to like the saddest
It wasn't
music on earth.
whining. It was ragefully expressing.
That's right.
Okay, well, I listen to like Towns Van Zandt, but that's more.
Wow.
That's sad, but that's not
very
whiny.
different.
No, but that's it's not whiny though. It's just like life is dead. I am dead.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
that's it.
alive.
Basically, that's all he says. He's
Yeah.
like, I used to have a waitress named Sophia.
Yeah, exactly. But that makes
That's
me
it.
think about Sophia. And if I was a carpenter,
Solid.
anyway, yes, my musical taste is very bizarre. So Shinoda says, Emily, you're in the band, but now there's some controversy because they're both Scientologists, and apparently she was a massive advocate for what was Danny Masterson.
Masterson, yeah.
And obviously that was a whole kerfluffle.
What?
Yeah. So this happened in so many stages. My buddy came over the other day and he's like, dude, Linkin Park just came out with this just completely unprompted live streamed concert with a new singer.
Okay,
That's wild.
And I was like, whoa, what's going on?
this is kind of nuts.
I'm like, who did they get? What dude did they get? Because there's plenty of guys that actually sound like him. Like the guy that
really good singers.
very good singers. There's a guy that is the new singer for Saliva that sounds exactly like Chester Bennington. It's creepy.
Okay,
They could have got him. It turns out to be this girl, and so everyone's automatically like strike one because you know.
well,
Girls are dumb.
No, because you want as close to the original product as possible.
Right,
Is-
right, yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of the theory. Because I could also see it being like, let's totally change it up. It's
Yeah.
different now.
Yeah.
Go with the chick, replace, with something different. But okay.
Yeah, multiple members of the band did not show up. They've been replaced. They said they're
Wow.
not going on tour with this new version of the band.
Wow.
So that
And
automatically
why
lets you know
would
there's some
they?
strife
Yeah.
Yeah.
internally, which I don't like.
No.
And then she starts singing, and some of the songs she can do well, but about half the songs she can't hit the notes that he goes because he screams very high, also sings very high, but then can
Right.
get low and gravelly.
Beautiful range.
And she would just take the microphone and be like, "You guys do it,"
Oh, she did the
Oh,
crowd
no.
thing.
like a bad karaoke singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what it came off like.
I learned that the hard way. Whenever you buy like a live album, you're like, this is going to be awesome. And then half the fucking album is just fucking your parents screaming in the
Yeah.
front row. I hate that. So a lot of people are super pissed, including Chester Bennington's son. So,
Yeah, I could imagine him being very disrespected.
yes, his name is Jamie. He's criticizing Mike Shinoda
Yeah.
for, quote, betraying fans' trust by hiring Emily. He went on Instagram to address the subject. He says that, quote, they have quietly replaced my father's life and legacy in real time. during International Suicide Prevention Month.
Yeah, I have good news for you,
Wow.
son.
Oh my-
She could never replace your father, and he will
Definitely not.
never be replaced.
Like ever.
And then he just put her straight on blast. He's like, she's a Scientologist. She likes Danny Masterson.
Wild.
She, apparently, she's also following the Mars Volta Cedric Bix. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Mars Volta and At the Drive-In lead singer. They used to be Scientologists, and they came out against Danny Masterson and left the church because of how bad everything got.
Because that was a big cover up.
Yeah.
That whole thing has been going on for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess this is big news in the.
Yeah, this is horrifying. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't heard anything about the band's like progress in any kind of way moving forward since his death.
Yeah.
And then just to pop up and be like, by the way, we have a new singer, it's this girl.
Yeah.
It also seems like a total money grab. If you really want to just do music with her, have a new band.
Yeah, just make a new
Just
band.
make a new band.
But of course, the easiest thing to do is to resurrect one of the biggest biggest bands of the 2000s.
Well, you hear Linkin Park, you're immediately going to get butts and seats.
Yeah, absolutely. Which they're going to be playing 9/11 at the Kia Forum here in Los
playing on
Angeles.
9/11?
Yeah, it's going to be the worst 9/11 ever.
Yep, we're for a couple of years anyway.
So tragic.
But even the people in the band that didn't show up, it's like, okay, something's going on. And then Mike Shinoda's like, hey, I'm here with Emily. Everybody give it up for Emily. And it's just like he was
So you
smiling.
expect they're fucking, you think?
I would bet every dollar I've ever made in my life on the fact that they either have or are currently hooking up.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
kind of like, man, you know what we should do? But in that case, they should just go like duet style with each
Right.
other. Not
Yeah.
fucking, and everyone knows Mike Shinoda's name. Like, it's not like he's
I
a
didn't.
no one name.
I didn't.
Okay, sorry.
Shonda.
I don't know.
Mikael-
Is he the bassist or the
Mikael
guitarist?
Shon- He's the rapper.
He's the rapper, man.
on.
And guitarist.
I think
Okay.
it's, yeah.
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 Okay. So it's like, at this point, as a fan of Linkin Park, which I am, it's like you had, okay, female singer, doesn't sound like him.
Uh-huh.
Definitely banging the, main guy in the band that's left.
That's a Kyle Ploof 100% fact.
Yes.
Proof with the truth.
Certified.
Yeah.
And then you find out, oh, fuck, she's also a Scientologist. Oh, shit, she also showed up to the actual trial.
Oh, she showed up to the trial.
Yes, in person to support Danny Masterson. It's like, okay, I didn't think it could get worse, but it got so much worse so quickly.
All right. Well,
Close knit fan.
Yeah.
They could have just been like a fun duo together doing weird acoustic music or little
Yeah.
emo music together.
Yeah, do a new thing.
Yeah.
do a new thing. I agree. So we'll see if anyone goes. And I mean, it seems like fans are probably just going to protest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
seems
don't
like they're going to
know.
get a lot of booze.
Yeah, we'll
Also,
see.
what are tickets going for? Are they super expensive?
I
Check out
actually
the
didn't look.
Because if they're like anything over, what, $100, and be like, this is a little crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they are actually because
It's Linkin
people
Park.
are going to want to really see this
But they want to see
experiment.
Linkin Park. I just think it's going to be sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be like
really
a.
sad.
It's going to be like a placebo when you're addicted to heroin. You're like, I want that heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, the cheap seats are $140.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Yeah. But let's be fair. I am not just a Chester Bennington dick rider. I did not like when he became the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots because he didn't
Yeah,
sound
that
like
didn't
Scott
match up.
Weiland either. So to me, it's like you need to go for the closest thing,
Yeah.
not to replace them, but to honor them.
But what about when David Lee Roth? What was it? David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. Different sounds.
Yeah.
But the band was still kind of rock and roll.
Yeah.
What band was that? Def Leppard? No.
Oh, it was
Sammy Hagar. Hey, oh my God, I'm so
it
stupid.
was with a V.
Oh,
Van Halen.
There we
There
go.
it is.
Van Halen. Yeah. All
Van
right.
Zandt, Van Halen, we got everybody.
And we got
Yep.
everyone.
All
Yep.
the Vans.
All right. Well, let's move on. Speaking of Joe Exotic, mass shootings every day, right?
Okay.
Every day. Well, I'll get to the Joe Exotic.
We're
tie-in.
following.
Yeah.
A gunman has been accused of murdering 81 animals,
81
Whoa.
animals?
including a mini horse,
Oh.
a goat, and it was a 3-hour shooting spree.
What?
Vincente Joseph Arroyo.
Wow. A name
He's
like that.
39. He murdered 81 hoofed, furry, and feathered animals.
He was at a zoo?
Yes, and he worked there, but no one really knows why he did it. So we had an AR-15.
Wow.
And he went around and he gunned down miniature horses, goats, rabbits, guinea pigs, chickens, ducks, all types of birds.
Now, did he do this when the park was closed or when it was open? Were there other people around? And he was like, don't move! And then he just like puts the gun on the bird next to him and shoots?
It was a farm, and I think he just had something against these animals. He probably had to, I think he lived on the property, but he did not work for the farm. So he went fucking screw loose, slipped a screw, and just went absolutely batshit.
So basically, I'm going to call that he was banging some lady that has ties to these 81 animals, and then she was banging someone else, so he killed 81 of her animals.
Or he was fucking one of the animals, and he saw an animal that he was fucking one of the other animals, and said, are you going to do that to me, mini horse?
Honestly, it could be either. Very close call. Very close.
According to Beth Brookhauser, a spokesman for the police department, she says, it's horrific. It's heartbreaking. All the animals involved were sadly found deceased, except for 5 severely injured parakeets.
Oh, the strong parakeets, man.
Yeah, so he shot the parakeet, but the parakeet didn't fucking die.
Wow.
5 of them.
They probably flew off and then just got like a little nick in the wing.
That's going to be interesting because there was a case that was solved because of a parakeet that reenacted the final moments of someone getting murdered.
I remember that.
Help me. No, help me.
Yeah, don't shoot! Ah!
Yeah.
There was also an episode of Matlock, or was it Columbo, that had something similar.
Probably both.
I didn't finish the sentence, though. So they were badly injured, right?
Yeah.
So then, because they were badly injured, they had to get humanely euthanized. Oh. So they did die.
Well, I know there's already going to be listeners that are going to be like, this guy was a hero. He was putting them out of their misery.
You think so? I don't
Were
know.
they
Probably.
living under terrible conditions?
Well,
No, they were just chilling.
yeah, well, anytime people think that their animals cooped up, they should be out. Everything
You're
should be
just
free
upset
forever.
with the blowback from your Joe Exotic softball interview.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, softball is hard.
It wasn't even softball.
I asked some tough questions. I don't know. So anyway.
But that's like saying like a horse is really sick, so you're shooting it to put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
81 animals in a farm were not sick and doing poorly and had to just be put out of their misery.
I've seen Animal Farm. I read the book. They're living great lives.
Yeah.
So he allegedly used an illegal assault rifle, a shotgun, and a handgun. So this guy had a whole
Jesus.
bunch.
He went John Wick on animals.
Wow.
Why?
That's
Just
the opposite
why?
message of John Wick, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was defending his dog.
He was.
Yep. So the cops say, there's no motive for this attack. Well, obviously, he didn't like the fucking animals very much.
Yeah.
So this is according to Commander Andreas Rosas. He says, I've been in law enforcement 24 years, and I've never seen anything like this.
in all my years.
So
They always say that shit.
I know.
Yep. And he says, being an animal lover, they become part of your family. And for them to be taken in this horrible manner, it's just horrible. So there you go.
It's nonsensical.
Yep.
What the hell?
So Aurora, he had 15 firearms and a ghost gun. So that was a gun that apparently hung itself and came back in the form of a ghost.
Nice.
And
What?
he had 2,000 rounds of ammunition. But it could have been kids. And so I'm happy he at least, maybe as a society, is this not a step forward?
No, I don't think that we should be here being like, well, at least it wasn't a school. Like, this is not that's a low bar. That's a pretty low bar for us to hold.
That's where we are.
Oh,
That's where we
God.
are as a country where it's
So
like, well, it was miniature
sad.
horses this time.
This is going to be labeled the biggest animal attack in history.
Well, other than maybe, what was that?
Animal side.
What was the?
Yeah.
There was that dude who released all the exotic animals he had. I want to say that was like in Ohio. He committed suicide and released all of his animals, and there were like zebras and shit.
Wow.
And the cops just had to go around murdering all of them.
What?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Was a couple of years back.
That's fucked up. That's
Yeah.
fucking stupid. No animal control anywhere?
Well, I think they tried.
Oh, Terry Thompson, October 18th, 2011. Terry Thompson set free 50 of his 56 exotic animals before killing himself.
Yep. And then they were just running around, and then cops were like, "God damn it, what a day! I've never seen anything like this."
Lions, tigers, bears, and wolves.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
Oh, my.
So he was Aurora was charged with cruelty to animals and illegal possession
Jesus.
of an assault rifle. It was interesting. His bail is initially set for $50,000, but they say they want to raise it to $1 million.
Yeah, let him rot in hell. I wonder if people in jail would also hate an animal killer.
I think that they would. That's interesting. What are you in for? killed 81 animals, including a miniature horse. You never know.
Yeah.
Because someone would have been like, I was on a farm when I was a kid and I fucking fell in love with a miniature horse.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the fuck you got against animals,
Right.
son? What?
Because the one thing that prisoners, even the most hardened, well, not true sociopaths, but oftentimes they're great with dogs and cats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
You know?
They love animals. Animals don't do anything wrong for them.
No, and there was a great. I watched something on a program where they gave, because all these cats are out there on the streets, you know,
Yeah.
fucking and sucking, trying to make a living, and they were given to prisoners, and the prisoners, because for good behavior, and the prisoners take amazing care of those cats.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Cute, right?
Yes.
Well, speaking of cats, this really, there's no crime or anything in this story. It's just kind of funny, although sad. But there's a cat, and its name is Crumbs, and it's 38 fucking pounds.
Oh, I hate that shit.
I know.
Oh my god.
So its name is it's Crumbs, but it's really the size of Garfield. So you can see it there. He's the size of Garfield.
How could the parents do that to the cat and then
Well-
have the nerve to be like, I just have a fat cat?
Well, so what happened? This is in Russia. Okay? Take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Or whatever they fucking eat over there. It was in Perm, Russia. So it's believed that it got fed by a staff. So there was a whole bunch of people that were feeding. So it was getting fed 12 meals a day.
It's got fucked up on
Jesus.
multiple levels then.
Multiple
Wow.
levels, right?
Yeah.
And so the fat cat, it was in the basement of this facility, I guess, and it was found. It wasn't able to walk. It's too fat to fucking walk.
Oh.
It's so rotund. They called it Garfield. And their goal now is to get it down to 10 pounds. So it was gorging on biscuits and rich soup, which
10 pounds is it's 38 pounds right now?
they got to get it down 28 pounds.
Yeah, maybe like keep it at a solid 15. It's gonna die. That sounds like a really drastic drop off. They're all of a sudden gonna go cold turkey and stop feeding it completely.
Yeah, it's full of bisque.
Well, he was abandoned by his owners before taking residence beneath a local hospital. And those were so it was the hospital staffers, which they should know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of nurses and doctors that were just overfeeding this cat.
Yeah, they named it Kroshik, which is the Russian word for crumbs, because it would eat every scrap of food. So it was just like, oh, that's crumbs. It just eats all the food. But you gotta say, get out, stop.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe like set a schedule or something. Maybe he eats all the food like twice a day.
Sure.
At set times. I don't know.
And so it was so fucking fat. They tried to give it an ultrasound. They couldn't do it because it was too fat. So the ultrasound couldn't get through all of it.
Well, that's not very nice.
Yeah, it's huge.
There's ultrasounds available for everyone's shape and size.
Unable to perform the ultrasound because of the thick layers of fat.
Thick layers. It was
Well-
so they couldn't see in.
They couldn't see in.
Wow.
So now they've put it on a workout and it walks on a treadmill once a day. So it's on a little
Aw.
treadmill.
Does it have a little? Is it a treadmill or a wheel?
They say treadmill,
I love those cat wheels. I used to have one for my cat.
yes, because it can't currently really walk. So I think it's trying.
Yeah.
It's just trying. So he needs to do some DDP yoga. That might help.
My sister used to do that for pets. She was a vet tech in New York City, and they would have like little treadmills in water
Yeah.
and actual just on the regular, in the regular air too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she made them paddle around in the water too.
It's funny.
Yeah, some little aerobics exercise.
adorable.
might
I
do
love it.
good.
You know what? And the funniest ones are the ones with the real short legs, like a fat corgi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're funny
Aw.
looking. Cute. They're
Stomach's just
dying
hitting
though.
the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, so the local media, they say Kroshik's story is an extremely rare case when someone loved a cat so much they fed him to such a state. But do you love the animal if you're killing it like that?
Yeah, you're just kind of not controlling your own impulse
No,
to
we got a
feed the
lot-
cat.
lot
Yeah,
of
it's either
pictures.
impulse control or you're just completely uneducated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cat is also like, he's an emotional eater and he yells
Sure.
at me to get fed 15 times a day. And I have to yell at him back and be like, no, you already ate.
Our cat does the same thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he like looks at me like he's starving. And I'm like, you literally just ate. You will not do this to me.
I might be a cat.
Yep.
I might just be a goddamn cat.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Our cat gets mad based on, she'll let us know who she's actually mad at by what clothing she pulls out and just leaves in the hallway.
That's hilarious.
So it's like, it's you today, motherfucker. You're on watch.
Yeah, just every cat story, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't. Why do you want this murder?
Yeah, it's,
When I came home from Slovenia, Jerii was so fucking nice to me.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Jerii must have been super excited.
He was
to
so
see you,
excited.
just jumping up and down.
Cats, they just don't give a fuck.
Well,
No.
lately it's been scary because he's been pulling out all of Caden's stuff and being like,
Oh,
I'm mad at you, motherfucker. You've been crying. You've been taking my attention.
Yeah, it's true. He
kill
was
your child.
jealous a little
Yes.
bit.
All right. Well, the last story, there's one story that's just horrible about a French woman who is like really old. And,
Sounds horrifying already.
well, it's just very bad. So apparently for a decade, her husband was drugging her and then letting strangers fuck her.
God!
It's very,
Really
very
buried
disgusting.
the lead there. Why do you start sarcastically like it's actually going to be a nice story?
She's
No, I
Fre-
didn't-
French and old.
No, she's 72. Her name is Giselle Pellicat.
God!
And it's very bad. And her husband, Dominique Pellicat, he allegedly filmed more than 70 men assaulting her over a 10-year span.
Never trust a man named Dominique.
Yeah. So what they
Was it the QUE at the end too? Gross.
Yeah, what was it? Dominique Strauss-Kahn. Remember that fucking guy? It was a New York story.
Yeah.
He was one of these. I think he was an ambassador, a financial dude, and a hotel. What do you call these? Hotel maid, I guess. Entered the room and he chased her around in his towel, all naked and stuff.
Weird.
And then he left the country, but he was facing serious charges.
All right, back in France.
So this is what they say. They say when you see a woman drugged, mistreated, dead on a bed, of course the body is not cold, it is warm, but I am like dead. That's according to Giselle, and that is her. That's the woman that was assaulted.
So how was this? How did this all come out?
So let's see here. It came out because she had no idea that she was assaulted. Okay, so 71-year-old, his actions were exposed after prosecutors say a security guard caught him doing upskirts of women in 2020. So he had a whole disgusting bunch of stuff that he was doing. So he was doing upskirts.
Jesus.
And then from there, they were like, let me see that phone. And then once they found the phone, they found all these video recordings of 70 dudes. And it's fucking disgusting.
And the lady had no idea.
Literally had no idea. It was happening for a decade.
And she's just like waking up being like, man, I just feel fucking weird. I don't know why.
I thought I felt sore.
It was
Yeah.
horrible. There was 20,000 clips of her, and it's just not good. And
Oh, fuck this guy.
50 men are being charged, but there were 70 on tape, but I'm not sure what happened with all of them.
50 men are being charged.
Yes.
I wonder if it's from face recognition technology or if they know exactly who the guys are.
Like, probably signed in. I mean, this seemed to be pretty organized.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
leave your
God.
initials here.
That is fucking disgusting. So hopefully this woman gets justice. And yeah, she's pretty upset. And I would.
To say the least, upset.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh man, imagine being that old and having that much to have to unpack mentally.
Oh, God.
She's like, "Are you kidding me? I thought I went through the worst of it."
I'm in my fucking 70s. I got to deal with this
Seriously.
shit. All right. Well, just lastly, there's a dude in Kentucky, and police are trying to crack this case. It's a fella. He takes off his shirt, and then he takes a dump on his neighbor's front door. And it's being captured on the doorbell ring cam, but they still can't figure out who he is. So we got a picture of the guy there. I guess his shirt is still on. It's maybe more of the pants that are gone. And yeah, he just takes a dump right there, and no one knows why.
It's so weird to me these stories like this happen because it's like with any regularity, I'd be taking days off from work waiting for this dude. And as soon as he does it, I'm kicking out the front door and whooping his ass.
You would do a kind of a sting operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe put a little toilet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get a honeypot him.
Weird.
Yeah, this is what they say. They said Tuesday morning I went out to my front porch and I noticed what I thought was cat poop. So this guy's taking small squeezes.
Oh God, gross.
He's got colon cancer.
He might. So
guy.
the guy cleaned up the mess, not thinking much about it, until he checked his door camera, and to his dismay, he saw this guy taking a poop there. So he looked back on the footage from previous nights, and to his horror, the man had been at his house the night earlier, peeping around. And then he said he saw the man, who he has no clue who he is, go under his porch and then come out.
Guy came out from under his own porch.
And he says, we're good neighbors. We keep to ourselves. We behave ourselves. I can't imagine anyone would want to do this kind of retribution.
Maybe it was a homeless person and he was scoping out the area for a bathroom the day before. And then
don't know.
the next day he was like, I know I'm going to have a taco in this area. I'm going to need somewhere to kind of let one drop.
Well, So then the guy, he wants to go by Jim because he wants to keep his name silent, private.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says that very same night, he saw the guy come back and he saw him on his ring cam. So he rushed to the door to confront him, but the guy was gone. Oh. The guy was already gone.
He's a ghost shitter.
But then he returned yet again on Thursday night, but he didn't leave any shit behind. Oh. So this guy is fucking scary.
That's
the poop
weird.
is actually not as scary as everything else.
So he was like stalking things. It's just that there was timing went wrong, and like when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
So he just did that on the job.
Guy's a pooping Tom.
According to yes, according to Jim, he says, "I'm relieved that he's not violent or he's not trying to force entry. He's just doing his deed, but it's very disconcerting and disturbing. I think Jim's taking this a little light.
Oh,
I
Yeah, a
think
little
he's
bit.
taking it a little bit lightly. I would be. I think it is a little violent.
I think the guy's up to something more than just shitting. That's
Yeah.
what I would be worried about.
And so the cops, they're seeking any information. So the porch pooper of Louisville, there was the Colorado mad pooper, there was the parking lot pooper, there was the pooper intendant of schools.
Serial poopers.
There's
huh?
a lot of serial poopers. I've covered them for years.
In high school, I had a friend that used to do that. He would just shit in public places. Like he shit all over the high school boys' locker room and just smeared it all over the walls and stuff.
Mentally ill, maybe.
Nobody knew who it was, and I was one of the few people who
Who
knew.
knew?
You kept
Who
it
knew the
secret
guy,
for him.
yeah.
We did the classic light the shit on fire.
And you were
trick.
fine with not being a narc about it. You were like, this isn't my territory.
Yeah,
Fuck
he
it.
pooped all over the place and spread it around. What are you gonna do?
Well, it's a little special. It's a little special.
Yeah.
You know, it's Boston. Yeah.
Fucking Boston.
Fucking Red Sox. Go Sox. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for listening.
I will say that all of the articles today they've been out of whack with the level of violence and like how bad
Yeah.
they've been. It's been like terrible murder, cute cats, horrifying rape,
Right.
weird pooping guy.
Pooping guy. That's the kind of news from around the world that we bring here.
I love that.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hail yourself. We'll be back later. Bye.